folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist with Camping World, and today we get to go over the 2018 Keystone Passport 19RB. This is the Elite Passport, so it has a lot of nice upgrades and amenities. You go to solid surface countertops, beautiful barreled ceiling here, and then a couple other things we will see as we go along the way. But let's start off right here on the ceiling. As I mentioned, you'll see that it is the barreled ceiling. You have the wood strips going across here rather than just a white piece of tape, so it helps break it up, give it a little nicer look there. Couple rows of LED lights, which is also uncommon in a smaller travel trailer like this. Generally, they'll give you one row. Having the double definitely helps brighten this space up. Fully ducted AC with quick dump. So again, it's ducted all the way through. If you want to cool it down nice and quick in here, you can just open that up and it'll dump right here into this main living area. That's a great option when you're loading or unloading the camper. A couple speakers up here which are powered by the multimedia center. I'll show you that in just a moment. Then you also have the vent here. So if you're cooking, you need to get some smells out, you can open that guy up. Let's take a look at the kitchen. You have these gorgeous solid surface countertops in here. Folks, this really helps set it apart from a lot of travel trailers in this size because, again, you generally don't get these beautiful upgraded countertops. Not only that, you also have a high-rise pull-out faucet. Most of the time, you don't get the pull-out. That really adds a lot of versatility here in the kitchen. And you have the sink top covers that match the countertops flush, so all this is great usable prep space. When we take that off, that'll reveal your undermount double stainless steel bowl. Now again, we're able to undermount it because you do have the solid surface in here, and that's just a much cleaner look. If we take a look over to this side, you'll see you have your 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover on here as well. So again, you can use that as prep space. 3-burner cooktop right there. And if we drop it down, you'll notice an oven in case you want to do some baking. Let's take a look at the storage kind of around the sink area. So right over here, you have access to a big storage area there. You do have your plumbing from your sink kind of running through there. However, it is still very usable. You can sneak some cookie sheets and some smaller pans and stuff in there. Right over here, kind of again, is access to that same area, just a different access point. But underneath, you'll also see these very large full extension drawers here. So this is great because this gives you a spot to put not just your flatware, but a lot of your larger utensils, like your larger serving spoons, spatulas, things like that. If we make our way right around to the front here, I'll open this up for you as well. So you can see right there, once again, folks, great space all the way throughout there. Another cool little feature is this guy right down here. If you see that, that's actually a small little courtesy light. So that way, if you're out at the bonfire or something, you come back at night, you don't want to leave your lights on, you can just leave that little guy on, which lets you kind of see so you can get into the camper without, again, having to have everything lit up. We open this up, you'll see good storage right up top. There is not a vertical style here, so if you have some larger items, maybe you have like some kind of organizing system for your spices you want to put up there, it will fit. You'll also see you have a microwave here. Right down underneath that is your hood with a light and fan. We take a look underneath. You have an LED light here to brighten up your kitchen. Right next to that, you also have an electrical outlet. So that way if you need to plug in like a coffee maker, blender, something like that, you have the ability to do that. A big window there, of course, as well. Dometic fridge freezer combo right over here. You'll see you have plenty of space, a couple of drawers down below there. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Right back here is your thermostat. This unit does control both your ducted AC as well as your ducted heat. So it's easy to control. You don't have any of the controls on the AC or anything. Again, it is all located right there. On the other side is your entertainment center. So you'll have the TV here. This is on a swing arm mount. So if you want to swing it around to the U-shaped dinette, you can do that. Kind of leave it right here as well so you can see it from the kitchen. It's probably a pretty long shot from the bed, but if you have great vision, you can certainly lay in bed and watch it as well. Cool thing about this though is tied into that, folks, is this right here, which is your multimedia center. Not only is this a radio, but this also is a DVD player, so you can pop a movie in there and watch it on here. This does control your speakers inside as well as outside, and it's Bluetooth capable. So that way, if you have music on your phone, or maybe you downloaded the latest episode of Stories from the Road podcast, you want to listen to it, you can tie into that with Bluetooth and be able to do that while you're camping. Right down below here, you'll notice the big storage area, which is cool. You know, it's wider than most, so if you have some decent size items, you can definitely stuff them right in there. And then over to this side here is your slide out U-shaped dinette. You have to love this, folks. This is obviously the main seating area here in the camper. And the thing I love about it is even though this is a couple's coach, this does give you plenty of seating for any guests that want to come over. You can very comfortably sit 4 people here, you know, if you have some smaller people, or, you know, maybe a couple people want to sit Indian style so you're not smashing legs. You can fit possibly 5 or 6 in here. It would be tight, but it is still doable. More importantly than that, though, is the fact that this does drop down into a bed. So if you have friends or family that are coming to visit, maybe they're from out of town, you can give them a place to sleep. You just remove the table legs here. Table drops down, sits along these rails. Take your back cushions, throw it on top, and this bed can comfortably sleep 2 people. Both the back and the seat itself are a leatherette material, so it is very easy to clean. Plus, you don't have to worry about it, you know, soaking in moisture. So maybe, you know, the grandkids come to visit you and they just come in from the lake or the pool, whatever it may be. They sit down here with their wet swim trunks, the bathing suit. It's not like it's going to stain cloth or anything like that. As I mentioned, it is easy cleanup. Windows all the way around, so you have lots of beautiful natural sunlight in here, definitely lightening this space up during the day. And if we take a look underneath here, you will see you have storage on both sides, and it's easy to get to with the swing open door. That way you don't have to lift up a cushion to access that storage. If we take a look in the very front here, this essentially is your bedroom. You have your queen bed right here. Couple things. This is a fixed bed, obviously. One of the things I love about Passport, though, folks, is this is a true 60 by 80 residential queen bed. So if you're sick of having your feet hang off at night, you know, you're sick of those short beds, you don't have to worry about it in here. Having that residential queen size bed will ensure that you have a comfortable night's sleep. On both sides, you have some good storage. You'll see the mirrored wardrobe here. So you have hanging storage there on both sides, nightstand right down below. You have electrical outlets on the sides there too. And going across the top, you kind of have this decorative glass, almost like a frosted crushed glass. It's pretty cool looking. And then inside there, you will see you have storage too. And lastly, if you take a look right up top here, I know it's kind of a small thing, but it's, you know, just that extra flare piece. They did add the word Elite kind of going across the header there. In the very back is the rear bathroom, and you'll see that this is quite spacious, and more importantly, it has a lot of extra storage back here. Right behind me is the foot flush lever toilet. When I sit down, you'll notice I have plenty of leg room, even with the door shut. You also have great shoulder room here, so it's not like you're squeezed in or uncomfortable. Right over here to the side, you have some storage right there underneath the sink. Of course, you have the countertop and the sink itself. Also here on the wall, you have an electrical outlet, your light switch. Right up above that is your mirrored medicine cabinet. Where the storage really comes in handy, though, is right over here to the side, folks. Take a look at this. You have this massive wardrobe back here. So not only do you have the 2 wardrobes on either side of the bed, but you also have this very large one here in the bathroom. Take a look at the ceiling. You'll see you have a vent fan here. The duct for your AC runs in here, and then the duct for your heat is in here as well. So no matter if it's hot or cold out, you will be comfortable here in the bathroom. Also in the bathroom here, you'll notice your tub shower. The cool thing about a tub is if you do have kids or grandkids that are camping with you, you can give them a bath. Plus, it's a higher threshold, so that way your shower curtain stays in here better. They have less of a chance for all your water to spill over onto your floor. You notice you have a couple of shelves in here as well as a hand wand. And just to give you an idea of height, folks, I'm 6 foot, and you can see I can stand right underneath here. If you're a little bit taller, you might have to stand forward just a touch to be able to get into that skylight, because that does give you a couple extra inches of height, plus lets in a ton of natural light. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Passport 19 RB. Starting off right up front here, folks, it comes with a power tongue jack. This is awesome for hooking up and disconnecting from your tow vehicle. It really makes life a lot easier. You simply flip the switch here to raise and lower the tongue instead of having to wear out your arm cranking it up and down. You'll also notice you have a light switch on here, so it gives you a little extra visibility if you're hooking up or disconnecting at night. Right behind that are your 2 20-pound propane tanks with a cover. To get down to the tanks, just undo these 2 thumb screws and lift up the door there. And then a little bit further behind that, you will see rails for your battery. Now note that it is wide enough that if you want 2 batteries, you can have them both installed here. Coming up the front a little bit further, you have the diamond plating, which helps protect the front end from some of the rocks and debris that get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And you have this really cool kind of pseudo front cap on here. You know, gives a little dimension to it. Just, again, helps that aesthetic, helps it pop. You'll see the decals here as well kind of have a fade to it. Just a little bit nicer front cap than what you have on a lot of the travel trailers in this size range. You'll also see this one has a 3-year structural warranty on there, folks. That is currently the industry-leading warranty, so you should feel good about the company behind this product, knowing that Keystone will stand behind it. Right over here is your pass-through covered hinge, so that way your hinge isn't rusting out. You don't have all the rust coming down the door, which is certainly unsightly. It is also magnetic, just like so, and it's a slam latch, so it shuts just like that. Works just the way it should. Nice heavy-duty slam latch on there. You'll see it is metal components and not plastic. We take a look inside. Very open pass-through, large pass-through too, and the doors are wide enough you can fit some bigger items like grills or some of your executive chairs. And you have the same size door on both sides, so that way you're able to retrieve those items from either side of the camper. You have a power awning on here. You just touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go back in. And there's an LED light strip underneath, so that way if you want some light at night, you can just flip it on. You'll also see you have a couple outside speakers here. As I mentioned inside, those are controlled by that multimedia center inside. You have 3 fold-out steps here. The thing I love about this is they have the aluminum tread with the grip tape. The great thing about the aluminum, folks, is that that will stay looking beautiful forever because the aluminum does not rust. You also have the foldable grab handle right here. So between that and the grip tape, you have excellent control when entering or exiting the RV to make sure that you aren't slipping or getting hurt. Making our way back a little bit further here, we'll open this up. This is outside electrical outlet, so if you need to plug anything in, you know, maybe set up a table, put a blender out here, electric griddle, something like that, or maybe just charge your cell phone, that will be the place to do it. If we drop down a little bit, a couple quick things. One, you have aluminum alloy wheels, so again, those won't rust. Your wheels will stay looking great for years to come. They're also widespread axles, or what Passport calls the load equalization system. Cool thing about widespread axles, folks, is with that wider wheelbase, it helps reduce some of the sway while going down the road. One of the things you can't see underneath, this one does have a fully enclosed and heated underbelly. That's an important note. Having it enclosed will definitely help keep a lot of the road grime and stuff off there. It'll also hopefully help prevent some of the critters from getting, building nests and homes underneath there. But the fact that it is heated is very important because it allows you to camp longer into the season. So if you'd like to do some of that late fall camping where it starts to dip below freezing temperatures at night, you should be okay here. I definitely don't recommend using this in winter, as you probably will still have some freezing. However, late into that fall, you will be a-okay as long as you're running your furnace. It's blowing that heat underneath and all your water tanks and lines. Right over here, not only do you have that big storage area up front, folks, but you get this one right here as well. And that's a great thing. Any extra exterior storage you have on an RV is a big deal to me because, as I'm sure you're well aware, it definitely comes at a premium. Right back here, you have your square tubular bumper with the end caps, which gives you a spot to store your sewer hose. Attached to that right here is a grill. The grill is actually underneath the bed. This unit does come with it. It's nice and simple. You just kind of pop this up, flip it around if you want to cook over here, or you can cook right back here, either way. The propane quick connect for that is right underneath. So that way you can just take a line from your grill, pop it right into there, and you're cooking outside here, grilling up those steaks. If you do, make sure you invite me over. Right up above that is your black tank flush. Cool thing about this is rather than taking a hose, sticking it down your toilet and washing out your black tank, now you can just hook up that hose right there. That black tank has sprayers built in it, and it will wash out anything that's kind of left in the bottom that didn't get washed out with gravity. Folks, I have a lot of people that don't use this. I'm telling you, you certainly want to. It'll really help reduce those smells from coming out of your black tank, because even though, in theory, all of it should wash out when you open up your valves, trust me, it doesn't. There are solids that are left on the bottom. So that's a really nice feature to have. Up above that is your outside shower with both hot and cold water access. And if you take a look up at the top in the center there, you will notice this one also has backup camera prep. Not that this is a huge RV, but having that backup camera is nice when you're backing up. It just gives you that extra vision. You know, it helps you see the spotter. I know my wife, I love her to death, but she never stands on the side of the trailer. She kind of stands in the back and expects me to be able to see her, and you can't unless you have a backup camera. So having the prep there will make it a lot cheaper to have it installed because it's easier to install with the prep. Then mounted on the bumper here as well as your spare tire with the cover. Folks, the cool thing about having it back here is that it is the easiest spot to get to. You know, if you ever have to use it, it's right here. You don't have to crawl down on your hands and knees. Now, granted, you can remove this if you want to be able to put bikes or something back here. It's nice and easy, just 4 bolts. That comes right off, but I do like the fact it's riding back there for you. Right up over here is your cable inlet. So if you have cable at the campsite, that's where you'll plug that into. Coming around to the side, right down underneath, you have your termination. Both black and gray are right there. You also have your 30 amp power cord right here. And up in front of this slide, you will have both of your water connections. That'll be for your fresh water to fill your tanks, as well as your city water connection. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2018 Keystone Passport 19RB. This is the Passport Elite. If you're interested in this beautiful little couples model and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.